Inaction, the delay, and now the denial in the Anjel Chakma case in Uttarakhand. He was attacked, he was stabbed on the 9th of December. He succumbed to his injuries on the 25th. And all we have from the police of Uttarakhand is denial of all the claims that the family has so far made. In fact, the police has gone on to detail exactly what happened, and there is only justification that is coming in from the Dehradun police. Is this not a betrayal of Anjel Chakma in his death? Because the family has been alleging that the police did not file an FIR on time, to which what the cops had to say today was that it was the family who delayed filing the FIR in the first place, that the complaint wasn't filed until 24 hours after the actual incident had happened. They said that it was a heat of the moment crime really, and it wasn't such a big deal. That is what the SSP of Dehradun has gone on to say. Also insisting that there is no racist angle to the crime at all. The SSP of Dehradun has gone on to say, despite the complaint and the FIR mentioning casteist slurs as part of the complaint that was filed by the family, the SSP goes on to say that this is not the case, that there is no racial angle to this entire crime at all. In fact, he's gone on to say that incidents are often exaggerated, which is why we had to do due diligence before we could actually file an FIR, which is the explanation that the police have now come forth with. Why there was a delay of 3 long days before from the incident to the filing of the FIR, to which the police says that we had to do our due diligence because oftentimes these incidents are exaggerated. The FIR was only after a preliminary probe, which is as per procedure, is what the police has gone on to say. They've also said that the attack occurred in a busy market area. There were so many eyewitnesses that we had to corroborate exactly what happened. And if such a stabbing, indeed as serious as it was, had happened on the 9th of December, why is it that no shopkeeper, no eyewitness from that particular market reported this crime? That's a question that the police had to ask. Aman, my colleague, now joins us, getting us more perspective on this. Aman, the government in Uttarakhand, the police in Uttarakhand, they're all under fire for the kind of questions that has been raised by Anjel Chakma's family, but all that we've gotten in return is justification of why they did what they did.
Well, absolutely, Poonam. I think the police is under a lot of pressure here to answer the tough questions in the Anjel Chakma case. Look at the chronology. 9th December evening around 7 p.m. is when this attack happens on Michael Chakma and his brother Anjel Chakma. The police is now saying that the family only reported this case after 24 hours on the 10th. Because they reported it on the 10th, they didn't make a call to the police control room or to the nearby police station. The police had to verify the complaint. Now, this is despite Anjel Chakma suffering stabbing injuries and being admitted to a hospital. But the police instead on the 10th till 12th for 2 days chooses to first verify the complaint by going to the spot, checking the CCTV, speaking to the people there who may have been present and trying to ascertain if actually what the complainant is saying has happened or not. This completely defies logic because in our criminal jurisprudence, as soon as a complaint is lodged and the victim has suffered grievous injuries, there should be an immediate FIR. Why was the police not lodging an FIR for 2 long days? Police SSP also, they are clearly telling us that, though the family said casteist slurs were made, they had to verify it because this was an allegation against unidentified people. So the SSP in a way is saying, how would unidentified people know what is the caste of these 2 victims? How could they have made it? Finally, we ascertained it on the 12th, so we lodged an FIR. But the first arrest, Poonam, only happens on the 14th. 2 days later, the 5 arrests have happened and those people who were arrested were immediately sent to jail. There is not even a proper police custody which is taken. So how much did the police actually interrogate these 5 accused is also a big question mark. Number 2, I feel the big question is, where is the main accused, Yagyaraj Avasthi? He has been missing now for 21 days. The police say he's the one actually who's inflicted the most serious stab injuries on Anjel Chakma. And that person is absconding for 3 weeks now. What has the Dehradun police done to nab him? They only had a reward of 25,000 rupee on his head till just now. Now the SSP is announcing a reward of rupees 1 lakh on his head. They sent teams to Nepal, to Haridwar. What happened? Nothing is known. A couple of days back, the SSP was saying we'll nab him very soon. The Chief Minister said we'll nab him very soon, but 48 hours and he's still not been nabbed. Another very interesting point, Poonam, in this whole case is the non-invocation. I would tell you the section of BNS 103(2). 103(1) section of BNS and SC/ST Act has been invoked, which basically says a murder punishment, which is death or life imprisonment. But BNS section 103(2) 2 refers to when a group of 5 persons or more acting in a concert commit murder on the ground of race, caste or community. Each one of them is liable to be either sentenced to life or sentenced to death. Why has the police not invoked 103 section 2? Though it does mention caste, but they have not invoked this particular section, and the SSP there is completely denying that any racial abuse angle is there, because he's saying one accused is from Manipur, the other main accused is from Nepal. So, they are essentially coming from the same mountainous regions. How can this racial abuse would have happened? I think a lot to answer for, and the family is completely crying foul. We had the family member of Anjel Chakma joining us earlier today morning exclusively. He spoke first to us, and he clearly is demanding a CBI probe. He's saying the Dehradun police is diluting the case. They are maybe trying to help the accused. They are not able to catch the main accused. The case should be handed over to CBI for a free and fair probe.
And that's the demand that has come in from the family side. But all of the claims that the family has so far made have completely been thrown out by the SSP here. The state government is under pressure, though, because the fact that Pushkar Singh Dhami actually spoke to the family only 2 days ago, that was a whole 3 weeks after the crime had actually happened. So there are a lot of gaps even in the story that the government there and the police are saying.
Well, absolutely. It's a case, I think, Poonam, my feeling is that the police did not take this case seriously earlier. They did not invest the kind of attention and resources they should have to investigate such a sensitive case. As I'm saying, on 14 December, they finally arrest 5 accused after 5 days after the incident, but send them to immediately to jail. The 6th accused continues to be missing. It's only after Anjel Chakma passes away on the 26th of December in a hospital in Dehradun is, I think, when the police realize that they have to step into action. They sort of warrant for the main accused, but that main accused is nowhere to be found. The police has been saying they'll catch him, but they're still not able to catch him, and the family is now very clearly saying that the police is diluting the case. There were racial abuses hurled at Michael Chakma and Anjel Chakma. The police is just calling it hot words being exchanged and some confusion that the victim thought he had been racially abused, but that was not the case. How has the police arrived on this conclusion that racial abuse was not there remains very far-fetched imagination, I feel, because the 5 accused are already in jail. When have you questioned them? The 6th accused, the main accused, is still absconding, but you're still already given a clean sheet to the other accused, saying it's not a racial crime. So I think something that the police is definitely had much to answer for, and the victim's family now is clearly saying that they want the CBI to step in for a free and fair probe. They don't have so much trust in the Dehradun police.
Right, Aman, do stay on with us. Brinda Adige, an activist, also joins us on the broadcast. Thank you so much for speaking with us here on CNN News 18. How do you look at this kind of response that has come in from the Dehradun police, where the SSP has gone on to deny every single claim that the family has made, that there was no racial angle involved, that the police acted in time and they had to do their due diligence before an FIR was filed? Are these looking more like excuses?
Absolutely. They look more like excuses, and they look like the police don't seem to even think that they are trained enough to investigate anything. And they seem to have forgotten that they are the police, enforcers of law, not interpreters of any other law that might be there, nor are they the jury and the judge to make these kind of statements, make these kind of pronouncements. Why are they not doing their job? Is it not their job to take down statements and go and find evidence and book a watertight case, make a watertight charge sheet? Why are they sitting there and giving press conferences to say they don't think it is that? Who asked for them to think on these matters? They are being paid to put down evidence, to look for proof, and to ensure that they build a watertight charge sheet and present it in court. The prosecutor will argue it, and then the judge will decide what has to be done. I think it is time for police to say, stop being the lacney of political whoever, bigwigs. These people, the police, they continue in their colonial mindset that they have to protect all the perpetrators of violence, of rape, of corruption, of everything. But they will not do their job to the paymaster citizen who is giving them their salary. So this is what we want to hold the police accountable for. I hope the CBI steps in, presents a watertight case to the court, and the court must ensure that these police officers who sat there in a press conference making their own judgments and coming to their own conclusions are pulled up. Usually these people are just left, some eyewash suspension is given to them, which is another vacation with salary. They should be pulled up. There should be a forfeit for them. and the suspension must show that they are demoted and they do not get their increment or their promotion for the next 20 years. Absolutely unacceptable. That student died because of racial ethnicity discrimination and atrocity. Anybody who goes through that case, anybody who has heard from the brother and the other people know that those are the facts. Now we can understand that probably the Dehradun police are not trained enough to put down facts and find evidence. So they should step down.
Vrinda Adige, thank you so much for speaking with us. You're on CNN News 18 and Aman continues to be with us. Aman, these are the kind of questions that many are asking of the BJP and of the BJP government in Uttarakhand, that it's been 3 weeks since this incident happened, since the stabbing happened. If there is allegation of the police going slow, then why is it that the state government is not investigating that? Why is it that they're not hinting at the fact that they are at least open to looking at whether there was some error on part of the police?
Well, Poonam, see, Pushkar Dhami, the Uttarakhand Chief Minister, spoke to the father of the deceased yesterday in a phone call, and he clearly said that, such kind of unfortunate incidents don't have any place in Uttarakhand. He promised all help. He said the main accused, 5 have been arrested, 1 is at large, all efforts are on. All good words, all comforting words, but I think also because Tripura, where Anjel Chakma hails from, is also a BJP-ruled state. There the Chief Minister Manik Saha has spoken to Pushkar Singh Dhami, impressed upon him the sensitivity of the matter. We also heard Pushkar Dhami tell the father of the deceased that in fact Home Minister Amit Shah as well as Defence Minister Rajnath Singh called him up to ask him about the status of the case. Shows that I think the central government has made all the efforts to ensure that justice is done in this case. The accused are arrested. Top ministers have called up the Chief Minister. But maybe at the police level, something is being hidden. Maybe something is being covered up. Maybe something has not been done properly in the past. Initial days, as I say, 9 to 12th and 12 to 14th. What happened in the initial days of this assault clearly shows police laxity. Is that being covered up right now? We don't know. But clearly the SSP, they are doing specially a press conference to refute everything that the family is saying, refute everything that the media is saying, trying to be defensive, trying to in a way put forth the, what the accused are saying in a many way, not what the victim is saying. So I think it looks like the police is under a lot of fire. We should wait a couple of days, but clearly the victim's family has told us first thing in the morning today that if the main accused is not caught by the police within 24 to the next 48 hours, it is best that the CBI steps in, because they don't have much faith in the Dehradun police, which is clearly dismissing all the claims being made by Mr. Anjel Chakma's family that he was indeed racially abused, and that led to this war of words and later the violence which happened there.
Now, politically speaking as well, Aman, there is heat on the BJP government, the Dhami government there. It is a BJP-ruled state from where he hails, which is why that is something that it seems like they have mitigated. But as far as the Congress is concerned, as far as right activists are concerned, they are raising these questions, and that will continue, isn't it?
Well, certainly, Poonam. See, we also had the Union Minority Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju speak to us yesterday, and he clearly said that, racism against people from the Northeast is a reality. He said many people, even in Delhi, have faced it. He cited his own examples that when he was a young student, this happens, and, it is all prevalent. We have seen many cases in the past. So I think the police coming out even before the main accused has been arrested and an investigation has been completed in that regard to give a clean chit to the accused on the issue of it being a racist attack is something that is raising a lot of eyebrows within the family. We see it's basically the family versus the cops now, because the family is clearly saying that, we don't trust the police. They are diluting the case. Since day one, they did not lodge our FIR for 2 days. One of the family members who joined us in the morning, in fact, said that when they went to the police station on the 10th to lodge a complaint, they were shooed away. They were told that we don't have time for all this. So what is the family saying the truth? Is the police saying the truth? We don't know. Both have their own claims, but clearly the sequence of events, the delay in the FIR, the delay in the arrest, and the delay in the arrest of almost 3 weeks of the main accused is leaving a big question mark on the efficiency of the Dehradun police.